Hey guys, so today I have swatches of the I Love Nail Polish Spring Collection. There are 12 polishes here. There's a mix of holos and multi-chromes and flakies. I will link I Love Nail Polish down below so you guys can check these out. These are available for pre-order right now. So I will get on to the swatches. So the first polish in this collection is called Timeless Vow, and this is kind of a washed out like sage green holo with a few scattered silver flakies in it. So here is one coat of Timeless Vow. This one covers okay on the first coat. I can still see through it, so I will need a second. The formula is really good. It's very smooth, very easy to apply. The holo is nice and strong, and I can actually pick out the silver flakies as well. So there is one coat of Timeless Vow. I'm going to let that dry and come back for a second coat. So here is two coats of Timeless Vow. So this one covers completely on two coats. So there is two coats of Timeless Vow. The next polish is Mega S, and this is supposed to be the most holographic version of Mega. This is the third version of Mega. I'm not 100% what the S stands for. I don't have the second version, which was Mega L for like extra linear, but I do have the original one, and I'll compare them once I'm done with this swatch so you guys can see the difference. So here is one coat of Mega S. This one is a bit sheer on the first coat. The formula feels good, easy to apply, and you can see it's very, very holographic. So there is one coat of Mega S. I'm going to let that dry and come back for a second coat. So here is two coats of Mega S. So this one doesn't quite cover completely on two coats. I'm going to do three because I can still make out my nail line, but I don't think that's necessary. This is so incredibly holographic that it really does mask any like nail line or streaks that you might have. So there is two coats of Mega S. I'm going to do a third coat off camera and I'll come back. So there is three coats of Mega S. So here I have the original Mega on my pointer and ring fingers, and I have Mega S on my middle and pinky fingers. So the differences that I notice, Mega S is definitely more hollow. It's opaque a lot easier. I did three coats, but I really didn't need that third coat. It didn't change the look of it at all. So you can totally get away with two. The original Mega was a little streaky still on two coats, so I did need a third. And Mega S seems to be a little bit brighter of a silver, in addition to being more holographic. So again, that is original Mega, Mega S, original Mega, Mega S. The next polish is called Peri Me, and this is a periwinkle blue holo. So here is one coat of Peri Me. This one covers pretty well on one coat. It is going to need two. It's a little bit streaky and I can still see my nail line. The formula on this feels good, very smooth. It does look like it has a few of those little silver flakies in there. And actually when I removed Timeless Vow, on the cotton ball, the flakies looked way more gold than they do in the polish, so these might actually be gold flakies as opposed to silver. So there is one coat of Peri Me. I'm going to let that dry and come back for a second coat. Here is two coats of Peri Me. So this one covers completely on two coats. There's a very subtle holo to it. So there is two coats of Peri Me. The next polish is called Hush, and this is a new multi-chrome. This one shifts from a teal to a purple to a gold. So here is one coat of Hush. So this one is pretty sheer, so it is going to need at least one more coat. It's really weird to apply a multi-chrome on camera because I'm looking at it from behind the camera and it looks completely purple, but then when I look at it on the camera screen, it's that teal blue color. So there is a one coat of Hush. I'm going to let that dry and come back for a second coat. So here is two coats of Hush. So this one is not quite fully opaque on 2 coats. I can still see a little bit of patchiness, so it is going to need a third. The formula is really good on this. It might be a tiny bit on the thin side, but it's still easy to work with. So there is 2 coats of Hush. I don't know if you can see a little bit of patchiness like on the corners of my nails, the pointer finger in the middle. Anyway, I'm going to let that dry and come back for a third coat. So here is 3 coats of Hush. So this one covers completely on 3 coats, and it looks like it might deepen the color a little bit still too. I'm trying to move my fingers so you guys can see the color shift, but that is 3 coats of Hush. So the next polish is Hush H, which is Hush Holo. This is Hush, the same color shift, the teal to purple to gold, but it also has a scattered holographic in it. So here is 1 coat of Hush Holo. This one covers the same as the original Hush, so it's a little bit sheer on the first coat. The formula feels the same as well. I might breeze right through this one because the only difference is the holographic. So there is 1 coat of a Hush Holo. You can see the holographic sparkling in there a little bit. I'm going to let that dry and come back for a second coat. So here is 2 coats of Hush Holo. So this one is the same, just a tiny, tiny bit patchy on the second coat. Not really enough to be noticeable by anyone but me, but I am going to do a third coat, but I'll go ahead and do it off camera since you guys have already seen this. That is 2 coats of Hush Holo. I'm going to do a third coat off camera and then I will come back. So there is 3 coats of Hush Holo. The next polish is called Flower Girl, and this is a light, kind of dusty rose colored holographic with those gold flakies in it. So here is 1 coat of Flower Girl. This one covers pretty well on the first coat. It's very close to my skin tone, so it blends in really well, but I can still see my nail line. The formula is nice and smooth, just like the other ones. So there is 1 coat of Flower Girl. I'm going to let that dry and come back for a second coat. So here is 2 coats of Flower Girl. This one covers completely on 2 coats. You can pick the gold flakies out in the light, but they are very subtle. So there is 2 coats of Flower Girl. The next polish is called Happily Ever After, and this is a purple holo with a ton of silver flakies. So here is 1 coat of Happily Ever After. This one covers pretty well on 2 coats. Can still see through it though. The formula feels really good. It's very smooth considering how many of those flakies are in it. They don't make it like gritty at all. So there is 1 coat of Happily Ever After. I'm gonna let that dry and come back for a second coat. So here is 2 coats of Happily Ever After. This one covers completely on 2 coats. The great thing about polishes like this that are just super, super sparkly between the flakies and the holo is that there's so much reflecting the light back to you that even if they're not 100% opaque, you can't tell. So there is 2 coats of Happily Ever After. So the next polish is Abundance H, or Abundance Holo. This is the holo version of a multi-chrome polish that came out in the fall. This one shifts from kind of a copper to a gold to a little bit of a blue. You can see it down there at the bottom. Plus it has the scattered holographic. So here is 1 coat of Abundance H. This one covers really well on 1 coat. A lot of these multi-chrome polishes tend to be a little bit sheer on the first coat, but this one actually covers pretty well. The formula is good, and it's totally freaking me out again because the angle that I'm looking at, it is like 100% that greeny gold color, but on camera it's copper. So there is 1 coat of Abundance Holo. I'm going to let that dry and come back for a second coat. So here is 2 coats of Abundance H, or Abundance Holo. This one covers completely on 2 coats. These multi-chromes can seem to be a little brush strokey, but as they dry, the brush strokes disappear for the most part. I'm really excited that this is in a holo version because Abundance is one of my favorite of the multi-chromes. So there is 2 coats of Abundance Holo. The next polish is called Fame, and this is a almost platinum holographic with a ton of silver flakies in it. So here is one coat of Fame. This one covers pretty well on the first coat. It is going to need two, but this is another one that has so much going on that I think it's going to help it look opaque with fewer coats. The formula feels really, really good on this one as well. And I'm sorry if you can see me shaking. I had coffee this morning and I'm not usually a coffee drinker and I feel like my heart's gonna explode. So there is one coat of Fame. I'm gonna let that dry and come back for a second coat. So here is two coats of Fame. So this one covers completely on two coats and the sparkle in this is just incredible. Again, the formula is really good. It's really smooth for having so many flakies in it. Usually polishes that are this packed will start to feel a little bit gritty as you're applying it, but this one's not like that at all, and it removes really easy as well too. I should say it removes easily as in the flakies don't stick to your nail, but they will get everywhere if you're not careful. So that is two coats of Fame. So the next polish is called Poetry, and this is a deep, I want to call it magenta holographic. So here is one coat of Poetry. This one covers really, really well on the first coat. It's not quite a one coater, but it is very close. The formula on this is really, really good, very smooth, just like all the other ones. So there is one coat of Poetry. I'm gonna let that dry and come back for a second coat. So here is two coats of Poetry. So this one covers completely on two coats, and it deepens the color quite a bit as well. The deeper color really helps the holo stand out. So there is two coats of Poetry. So the next polish is called Ice House, and this is a new multi-chrome flaky. This shifts from a blue to a pink to a gold. However, the shift on this one is not the strongest that I've seen. It's a very, very subtle shift. So I'm going to be layering this one over Essie's Under the Twilight. I'm sorry if the paint job is really, really messy. Coffee has me too jittery to function right now. So here is Ice House. You get a good number of flakies on your brush here, and I really think that if you sponge these on like a thick glitter, you could get them easily opaque on their own. Formula is good. They're very, very smooth. It doesn't feel like you're applying a chunky glitter or anything. These also remove very easily as well. They don't remove like a glitter. There is Ice House. As you can see, it's kind of hard to capture the shift here. It is a very, very subtle shift. And the last polish is Paradox, and this almost seems to have a mix of two different kinds of flakies, like two different flakies that shift to different colors. There is kind of a pink to gold, and then there's a blue to green. I don't know. When you put it on your nails, you can see that at the same angle, some of the flakies are different colors than the others. This doesn't seem to be one solid polish of the same color of flaky. And this is going over another very shaky coat of Essie's Under the Twilight. So here is Paradox. Again, these apply really, really easily. You get a lot of flakies on the brush and you don't have to manipulate them or move them around a lot to get them spread evenly across the nail. I definitely think with a few coats or with a sponge, you could get these opaque on their own. So there is one coat of Paradox. So for my favorites in this collection, I really like Poetry. It's a beautiful holographic. It's a little more like subtle of a holo. It's not super, super strong, but it's a very unique color for a holographic. Happily Ever After is another one of my favorites. I love this purple holographic mixed with all of those flakies. It just makes it so incredibly sparkly. And along those same lines, I really, really like Fame. I think this and Mega S are the must-haves in the collection. Mega S is the most holographic holo that I've ever seen. I didn't think there would be a big difference between this and the original Mega, but there really is. This is a lot brighter and cleaner of a silver, and Fame is just incredible on every level. It's so sparkly, and I don't even have sunlight right now, and it's still blowing my mind. So I don't like to say that you need polishes, because I think that we're all big girls here, and we can make our own decisions, but I mean, these might be ones that you could potentially need. So that is the I Love Nail Polish Spring Collection. Like I said, these are available for pre-order right now. I will link the website down below so you can check these out. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later.